fight. It's a close fight, but honestly, I think I'm gonna go with Shakur. Like Shakur said earlier, he's been boxing guys like Teo his whole life and been making easy work out of guys like that. So I think tomorrow night is no difference.
Stylistically, what does Teofimo have to do then to defeat Shakur?
Honestly, I don't see, as far as him, I don't see anything he can do to defeat Shakur. You know, he's a guy that relies on a lot of big power punches and counter punching. And with a guy like Shakur, he don't got enough in his toolbox to deal with that type of style. I told Teo that when I seen him a few months ago. He told me that I'm saying that because I was used to Shakur, but I'm telling him it's different. So he'll see tomorrow night.
Just talk to me about tomorrow's fight, brother, real quick. How do you think it plays out style-wise?
I think it's 50-50, so it's going to be a good fight.
Is he going insane at last? Or is he simply the best actor in the sport's history? That's the question everyone was asking following the final news conference at Madison Square Garden for what's being nicknamed the chess match from hell. At last, Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson faced each other. It was more than simply a stare-down. It was a combat zone of the mind. The room went cold as Shakur revealed a bottle of tequila as a present for Teofimo's father, implying that the man had been drugged unconscious in a hotel lobby. Teofimo did not blow up. With a glazed expression on his face, he dismissed it with a giggle, saying his father was merely downloading.
Where my father at?
Yeah.
Yeah, where is he?
Right
He
now.
got a hangover. That's where he at.
No.
Where is he at?
I kid you not. My
He
father.
was in the lobby last night.
Father,
We seen him.
took him to the
He was
back
in the
right
lobby
now.
last night.
He downloading.
He was in the lobby
He
last
recovering?
night.
Yo, but wait, hold up. Say download. My father has gotten to all of y'all so well. And the moment he ain't here today, you guys all riled on it.
That's why he was.
Look at
that's
that.
Why he was
Look how.
nodding in the-
Hey, hold
that's why he
on.
was
Look how
nodding in the
God
lobby
worked.
last night.
Look how God worked. He had a present from my father, and my father ain't here. Thank
That's
the
why
Lord.
he was nodding in the
Thank
lobby last
Lord.
night.
Look how God worked. Good and evil, ladies and gentlemen. Good and evil. And I promise you, Saturday night, good will win.
He probably still messed up from last night.
It was strange. It was stressful and set the atmosphere for a conflict in which the real-time mental collapse might take precedence over the physical activity.
What do you think about that matchup and how they get together?
I think that's another fun matchup, man. I feel like Shakur is gonna beat him fairly easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Tio know exactly who he's facing, and I just feel like Shakur is just so focused, so locked in. But not only that, I just feel like his IQ is just on a whole nother level. Shakur IQ is crazy, for real. And he's going to show that, January 31st, he's going to show that he levels ahead of Teofimo, for sure.
The world is counting Teofimo Lopez out for the first time in a long time. He is a huge plus 350 underdog, according to the bookmakers. A derogatory number for a man who is the heir apparent. Here's the problem with Teofimo, though. In the soil, he flourishes. They believed he was too raw when he faced Vasily Lomachenko. They said he was done when he confronted Josh Taylor. On both occasions, he entered the arena as the person that everyone hoped would lose and emerged victorious. He is the ultimate legacy spoiler. In an effort to establish himself as the face of boxing, Shakur Stevenson is vying for his 4th division world title. However, he is entering a trap that Timo has spent years honing. For Teo, being the underdog is his oxygen, not a drawback.
Great matchup, tough fight. I want to see what Teofimo shows up because sometimes it's Teofimo, the great fighter who beat Lomachenko, who beat Taylor. That's a tough Teofimo. But then we've also seen him, in off nights.
Right.
And so that's kind of the only doubt, the only question that I have. Which Teofimo's going to show up.
What do you think he has to do to kind of deal with a guy like Shakur Stevenson? How would you approach a fighter like Shakur Stevenson if you were Teofimo Lopez with the attributes that he has?
I would think Teofimo, being that technically he's a bigger fighter, bigger size. He's been at the weight class a little more and then just maybe build into it more. I would think he would have to use that size as an advantage. But it's hard to say because, Shakur Stevenson's so fucking good at what he does. Defense is on point, speed is on point, footwork is on point. And, he's really one of the best skilled fighters out there. So it's hard to say, oh, this is what you gotta do. No, it ain't easy, trust me. But being Teofimo, again, if he's bigger, naturally stronger, then he should try to use that, to his advantage.
Over the past few days, speculation about Teofimo's mental health has intensified. According to insiders, he has now given in to the pressure of being the takeover. Some people think he's already checked out because of his incessant retirement talk and his unpredictable conduct on the platform. Even Shakur saw it and called him passionate and delusional. However, based on his past, this is precisely the time when he poses the most threat. In the past, he has experienced frustration. He appeared disoriented when we witnessed it against Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz. However, he has the horrifying capacity to lock in and transform into an entirely other person when the light is at its strongest, as it is tonight in the garden. Is the downloading comment a sign of a collapse, or is he only acting out a role to encourage Shakur to go too far?
Super fight we have tomorrow, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez. Who you leaning towards?
I'll tell you what, a fight that I believe that's going to live up to all his expertise and all the talent that both guys have. But Shakur Stevenson is, to me, has more weapons to win with, more weapons to confuse anybody on his level. And also, the best they can be will not be enough. I believe that Shakur will win, but it will be a close fight, but not a controversial fight. I believe both guys going to show the world why they're in that weight division. The top two, top three, I'm not going to go no lower than that, the best in that division. And that's going to be something that's going to be special for us. We all going to win come tomorrow night.
All right, on that note, you said Shakur, but what's the keys to victory for Teofimo Lopez to get it done?
To be able to
beat Shakur. He's your favorite fighter. How does he get it done?
He's going to have to make Shakur be everything that he is not. He's going to have to change everything that Shakur does well, and that's not easy. But is it possible? Anything is possible, especially in boxing. But I believe that that type of back and forth rivalry and that type of determination is going to be what makes a good fight.
Is this like a Leonard Hearns?
I'll say it's more like a Duran and Leonard.
Oh, okay.
Shakur Stevenson must contend with his own ghosts. He has been burdened with the label of boring for years. Calling him a track star who won't take a chance, fans have left his stadia. However, the math was altered by his most recent performance versus William Zapata. He swapped leather, stood in the pocket, and displayed a vicious streak we haven't seen since he was an amateur. Which Shakur appears versus Teo is currently the subject of debate. He runs the risk of getting caught in Teofimo's counterpunching web if he plays it safe and attempts to make a decision by potshot. He will face the strength of a natural 140-pounder if he attempts to be the new aggressive Shakur. He has one left hook at the end of the night. The risk has never been greater, yet the boring tag has been removed.
How do you see the fight playing out tomorrow, bud?
Shakur, unanimous decision.
But a question for you. So obviously Shakur's your little brother and you support him. But when you hear him on stage saying, I want to prove that I'm the best boxer in the world today, is there any sort of competitive fire in you that sparks back up, or you're done?
Not at all.
So you're comfortable with him saying that? You ready to relinquish it? No doubt.
He is the best boxer in the world, and tomorrow he can show it. It's a lot of people that can say whatever they want. They can say this and say that, but tomorrow, Shakur Stevenson will be victorious and tremendous.
Regarding how this concludes, boxing legends are evenly divided. Oscar Valdez, who has fought alongside Shakur, cautions against undervaluing Teofimo's physical prowess. He thinks Shakur is going to have a terrible time if the Lomachenko version of Teo appears. Teo's focus is crucial, according to Jamal Herring, another man who experienced the frustration of attempting to strike Shakur. Teofimo is done if he becomes avaricious or allows his feelings to rule him due to the disparaging remarks made about his father. Shakur uses his front foot as a gauge. While he touches you all over, he keeps you just inches away from landing anything significant tonight. It's a painful, gradual way to lose a battle. Additionally, Herring feels that Teo must be the dog and enforce his will right away, failing which he will have to wait until the last bell to catch up.
You face Shakur Stevenson in Las Vegas. What makes it so difficult? What do you think Tio needs to look out for, given your experience with Shakur Stevenson?
I could say not getting greedy inside the ring with him, not losing focus, not letting him get into his game plan when it comes to invite you, because there's no option. There's either you fight his game or you fight no game, because we see him with Dos Santos, he didn't try to put the pressure on him, and it was an extremely somewhat boring fight because neither or was trying to set the tone inside the ring. So if you're gonna set the tone with someone with Shakur, you better have a game plan, because the guy he's gonna be patient. He's not gonna get off his game plan to fall into your trap. So if I'm Teofimo Lopez coach, I would tell him not to lose focus, not to get frustrated inside the ring. Stick to your game plan, whatever game plan it is. If it's A, B, C, whatever it is, stick to it and go for it. But someone like Shakur Stevenson, like I said, it's easier said than done with a fighter like that, because it's not like he's too back from you. He's just right there in your face, and once you throw, he just rocks back a little bit and touches you. Then it becomes very frustrating. Then when you start loading up, then he does it again. He starts loading up in his shots, but just outboxing you. So I would just say, it's like I said, it's a tough one for me to pick who will come out victorious. That's why I go with the 50-50 fight.
Additionally, Bill Haney has been outspoken about the southpaw issue. He asserts that a cunning fighter like Shakur will defeat Tio because Teofimo has trouble with angles and that southpaws just have a little arsenal.
What are we expecting from this fight, from Shakur and Teofimo? What are you expecting from that fight?
Listen, the energy that Teofimo just came, shit. You already kind of tell what the fight gonna look like.
It's a daring assertion, particularly in light of Tio's victories over lefties like Taylor and Lomachenko. However, Shakur is not your typical southpaw. He rarely gets hit and is a defensive prodigy. Shakur's ring IQ is thought to be at a level not seen since Floyd Mayweather. He neutralizes you rather than merely fighting you. He makes world-class athletes appear as though they have never put on gloves. The evening will quickly turn ugly if Tio is unable to break that rhythm in the first 4 rounds.
50-50, in order for you to participate in this sport, you gotta have a high level of confidence. I feel like both of them has a high level of confidence. Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, but styles make fights. Naturally, I think Teofimo Lopez is stronger than Shakur. Naturally, I think he has more athleticism than Shakur, and he got a good IQ on the sport itself. But Shakur, I feel like he's a more smarter fighter. He's a more technical fighter. I'm not saying that he's a square or he's just a textbook fighter, but he's seasoned, he's poised. I feel like mentally he's more mature. Like, he don't go outside of the boundaries on taking risks. So a lot of times you'll see him fight somebody that could be stiff competition, and it'll wind up being a boring fight to a degree. That's why everybody was criticizing him for, oh, he's a born fighter. He's a careful fighter. And I feel like with Teofimo Lopez, he's going to be a careful fighter. Just because he's a careful fighter doesn't mean that he isn't functional with how he do things. I think Shakur, he got a lot of this arsenal that he can use to make him be victorious, as well as Teofimo Lopez. So it's a 50-50 fight, and it depends on what fighters show up the night of the fight. Right. But if I had to give you my whole honest truth, if Teofimo Lopez show up and is ready to fight just like how he fought Lomachenko, he'll win.
The last piece of the jigsaw is the leap to 140 pounds. Shakur is stepping up to confront a man who is inherently larger and more powerful. There were accusations that Tio used that size to bully him during their intense sparring sessions years ago. Teofimo, a physical specimen who bridges the gap with his reach and explosive quickness, is a natural at this weight. Although Shakur is a more skilled collegiate fighter, he is up against a man with exceptional strength in both hands. Teofimo will easily defeat Shakur if he is unable to win Tio's respect in the first few rounds. However, if Shakur's timing is as precise, he will make Teo miss and pay until the takeover is reduced to irritation, just as his tongue was at the press conference.
We got a lot of experience already. You know, Shakur hasn't fought nobody like my son, you know, and let's say, let the best man win.
You mentioned some of his weaknesses that you see, you know, flaws in Shakur's game. What are some of those
I
you
can't
see
say
from a
that,
training
man.
perspective?
Come on, man. It's like Donald Trump, right? He doesn't say his secrets, you know?
Now, obviously, your son mentioned to us that, you know, obviously, when he wins and gets past Shakur, Devin Haney's value
The people
and stock has
the
gone
thing
up.
that people don't understand is that southpaws don't have a lot of arsenal. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a lot of arsenals, and if you know how to fight a southpaw, you could beat them all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for him. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? And for me too, because my son, like I said, my son destroys southpaws. You know, you saw what he did to Magdaleno, man. You know, so I see a fight. I see a competitive fight in the beginning. And then once my son figures it out and he starts dancing in there and doing his thing, you know he's going to win.
What version of Shakur do you expect to come out first?
I wish the best. I wish the best, you know. Cepeda almost dropped him, man. You know what I'm saying? And Cepeda's not a person that does, does punching placements. You know, he just throws punches. You know, my son is not like that. My son is going to figure this guy out, and you guys going to see it, you know?
But do you think Shakur will engage like he did or tried to with Cepeda?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
But
Nobody does. Nobody does. Once you feel my son's power, it's not easy, man. You know what I'm saying?
The atmosphere at Madison Square Garden is heavy with the sense that we are about to witness the birth of a legend or the end of an era as the opening bell approaches. While Shakur Stevenson is battling to establish himself as the best talent of his time, Teofimo Lopez is fighting for his legacy and his sanity.
After Saturday, keep that same energy.
On
I'm
seriousness,
gonna beat
though,
your ass.
on
I'm gonna beat
all
your
serious-
ass. I'm gonna beat your ass.
All seriousness.
You're not even like that, boy.
Wait.
I promise you not like that.
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
like this here. You
Hold on,
better
hold on.
not say nothing
Do you-
about my daughter,
All right,
anybody in my
Have you
family.
considered leaving, though?
I'm gonna let you know that right now.
Have you considered leaving, though?
Have you
leaving these nuts in your mouth?
Dick, bitch ass boy. Suck a dick, bitch ass boy. You's a bitch. I can't wait.
And you a ligma.
I can't wait.
You a ligma.
I can't wait. After Saturday,
my
keep
dick.
the same energy. Keep the same energy.
Yo, that's all you want to do.
Hey,
You
Eddie
want to
Hurd,
clown.
Eddie,
You think
Eddie,
it's a
Eddie,
game.
wait.
You haven't been to
We gonna see
Malone?
what's happening
Wait.
Saturday.
You a clown.
You traveled around the whole world. You haven't been to Malone?
You's a clown.
Malone did.
Yo, put your money where your mouth
I
is.
can't wait.
You got to put your money where your mouth is.
Hey, I'm starting to think you're a little suspect, boy.
He is.
I'm starting to think you're a little suspect for real.
It's more than just a boxing contest. The loser may never be the same after this high-stakes gamble. Will a masterpiece be produced by Teofimo's downloading process? Or is a system failure imminent? One thing is for sure, all of the family insults, tequila bottles, and trash talk vanish when the first bell rings. Only one of the two men in the square ring is allowed to depart as the King of New York. That concludes today's video. Remember to hit the bell button, subscribe, and give a like if you liked it so you don't miss any of our future videos. Remember to leave your opinions in the comments section as well. Keep checking back, and we'll see you in the next.